This one I wanted to make specifically targeted for people who have the opportunity to hear this and believe that science is the best way of knowing anything. I would like to challenge that. Science, a good understanding of is science is the way to learn about the material world. Science is very limited in what it can tell us, and I'll give you a good example. Cancer, right? Science can tell us what cancer is. Science can tell us the processes that lead to cancer, what cancer does in the body, why it kills people, right? It can tell us all these things, things that we eat that exacerbate it and aggravate it and make it worse in our bodies, therapies that we can apply to make treatment work and try to help people get rid of cancer. What science cannot tell us about cancer is that cancer is bad. Science also can't tell us that people living is a good thing. Science can just tell us what cancer is and that it kills people. What you will not get from empirical study or study that involve the senses and repeatable circumstances, you will never get from the data, this is bad. The way that we get to this is bad is scientists, people then interpret the data, right? Oh, okay, this is what cancer is. This is how it starts. This is what aggravates it. It almost, in many cases and instances, it kills the host. People dying is bad. So cancer's bad. The moment that anyone ever says cancer's bad, they have left the realm of science and stepped into the realm of philosophy, because now we are going outside the realm of what science can do. Science can't tell me that cancer is bad, but values and judgments, that's philosophy, right? I know that we like to think of philosophy as a bunch of old guys sitting around a room arguing about what a bunch of old dead guys said. That is a very unfortunate caricature of philosophy. If science is the understanding and the way in which we learn about the physical material world, philosophy is the way in which we come to understand the immaterial world. Think things like love, things like truth, things like mathematics. As a matter of fact, the very method itself, the scientific method, right? The steps that have been deemed good as a good method of science to undertake in order to learn about our world, that's all philosophy. You can't take the scientific method, put it in a test tube, and then look for repeatable results, because the scientific method isn't a material thing. It's a series of ideas that people have put together in order to come to an understanding like, hey, if we follow these processes, this is going to lead us to a really high amount of times where we're going to be successful in learning something about the world. It's not perfect, but this is a really good method. That's not science. That's philosophy, right? Beauty, logic, all these things that are immaterial, that's philosophy. And that's what we deal with as philosophers. That's what they wrestle with, is in the same way that a scientist will take data about the empirical world, they'll argue with it, wrestle with it, and try to come to a good conclusion. Philosophers do the same thing. Philosophers who try to find truth in the universe, they do the same thing. They take experiences in life and things that are just obvious for everybody, like love, and we try to reason with what's the purpose of it. Is it a good thing? Where does it come from? These are different branches of philosophy. The same way that there's like science is this big word, and then under it you have a bunch of little subcategories like biology, geology, history is a subcategory of science. Philosophy is the same way. You have philosophy, and then you have logic, and you have epistemology, and then you have all these little other branches that you have aesthetics. It's a beautiful thing, and that's because, like I said, science is the way we understand the material world. Philosophy is the way we understand the immaterial world, and we use them together. We understand the material world. It's just raw data, and then we interpret it with philosophy. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it beautiful? Is it worthwhile? Is it worthy of something? Right? Is it true? Is it false? That's the realm of philosophy right there. Now, truth as acquired by science and philosophy, according to the Christian perspective, is influenced. I wouldn't even say influenced. It's entirely guided by theology. Why? Because in the video that I created not too long ago about God being eternal, God created time, space, and matter, right? Prior to creating time, space, and matter, God also created the immaterial, right? So God is the creator of the immaterial, and he's the creator of the material. Science is the study of the material world. Philosophy is the study of the immaterial world. Understanding the God who created them is the best and only way to get the fullest understanding of empirical sense data, like science data, and then interpreting it with meaning and truth and value. So for those of us who might have the presupposition that, oh, well, science is the best way to learn about anything, try throwing love in a test tube. It's not going to work out too well for you. The best you're going to get is, oh, well, it's chemicals, and then that's going to lead you down a nasty rabbit hole that might lead to all kinds of other things that just, it's not our natural experience. When I love someone, it's not because I feel a bunch of chemicals kick in. That's a part of it. But there's also this real component of I'm choosing to love this person. And I don't get this feeling with the person that I'm in love with any other, in my case, I'm a male and I'm straight. I don't get this feeling with any other female, right? Like my wife, I have this relationship with her and I don't share that with anyone else, right? It's real. The chemicals help induce that and cooperate with it. But the physical, the chemicals, works with the immaterial, my person, my soul, to make that a concrete reality. Food for thought there. I wrestle with that one. It's quite a lot of content. I know I'll need to flesh that out more later on as we go, but I just wanted to start off by just challenging the presumption that science is the best way to learn anything. It's a way. Philosophy isn't the best way either. It's a way. And you need both of them under the lens of good theology to get a holistic understanding of the universe that we live in.